Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you into session 58A. I'm Don, playing as Soren today. Quinn is Enamel, Lily as Windchime, and our amazing, all powerful, and omnipotent DM is Emily. Last time we left off in Melora's lighthouse, we were snooping around the entire lighthouse collecting intel. We found ourselves walking the hallway to Zagreus' office, where we could have sworn we saw a ghost. Where we left off, we were snooping in Zagreus' office as he diligently worked at his desk. I believe we ended where we had just finished our snooping.
That's it. Okay.
That is it.
Absolutely. So, you all have just finished with your detect magic of the area, finding out what magical things are in this room. You got a couple of things that were ringing true, evocation and transmutation on Brother Zagreus and, of course, the party. But this room, oddly clean, especially given Brother Zagreus's statement of that he is just a messy person to you all. The office of Zagreus, to recap a little bit more in detail about what was happening there. After sneaking in behind, not really sneaking, Zagreus, you will find a fairly pristine office with recently snuffed out candles in the window open. Closing the window and doing a bit of investigating, there wasn't really too much tangible, but some uncertain vibes that Brother Zagreus isn't necessarily being as forthright with you as one might expect of
Seems so evil, I'm not gonna lie. Seems so evil.
uh
Giving evil vibes.
you guys had just finished again searching that room, and we're getting ready to make your way into Brother Bailey's personal quarters and do an investigation there. Zagreus, of course, leading the way. So, now that you've wrapped up in there, right this way. He leads you all across the hall. Like I mentioned before, this room has been touched by the Zalejo already, and when they did their investigations a while ago.
Did they
Though
take anything
I haven't
away?
had the heart. I'm sorry.
Did they take anything away?
Whatever the Zalejo do is frankly up to them. I told them they had free rights to it.
Wow. That's a lot of power for one group.
The you swing the he swings the door open, and it is dark and cold in this room. Um, and with the smallest little window, uh, probably half the size of Zagreus's office, uh, with really it doesn't look to be in too bad of condition, but certainly things have been moved around, like a clothing is spread across the bed. There is um, a small nightstand, um, but the room itself is fairly empty and small.
Yeah.
Other place of notes is the nightstand, the bed, and a small wardrobe slash dresser looking thing.
I mean, obvious places that anybody would look. Yeah, I wanna fucking tear through the room. I wanna check under the bed sheets, under the, that stuff.
Tearing through the room requires an investigation check.
Love to do that. Fun. Wait, hold on. I need to open my character sheet.
Oh.
That's a 6. I didn't mean to roll with the advantage. So that's a 6.
This room is already ransacked. It's hard to find anything of value that hasn't already been spread across the bed, and even then, there's not much there. Some robes, a winter jacket, a candle, really useless things. This room is useless.
Okay. I'll turn to what's his name? Zagreus?
Yes.
Well, okay. Let's pause. Let's pause. Let me. This is. I need an out of character moment here. Um. So we're looking for. We're looking for the. We're trying to find somebody, right? It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So, you are looking for Brother Bailey, who was
Right.
basically the I gotta come up with a title for this, and I don't know what. That's
The
other than leader. We'll
the
say like
lighthouse keeper.
the
Oh.
keeper.
I think
Yes,
that's what we've
the
been calling him, the
keeper.
lighthouse, the
Yeah.
Melora's lighthouse keeper.
Yes, the keeper, the one who was in charge of the Wildwood Order, and also the maintenance of the lighthouse. Uh, and if you remember from a long time ago, there was uh, a point in time where the entire lighthouse was encapsulated in these dark, gross, pulsing vines. You all fought your way up to the top, where there was a giant orb that uh, there was a sword that was cracked in it, and or that was stuck in it. And Windchime pulled that shit out there, and the Brother Bailey was missing, and uh, Brother Bailey was missing. There was a young boy who was there who didn't really have that much information. That was Brother Gregory, little Brother Gregory, um, and uh,
He had a spell
on your
cast over
guys'
him.
he had a spell cast over him. You guys came back after your adventure with the Bitter Manor. Uh, then you started doing your investigation. Brother Zagreus led you all around. You had a conversation with little Brother Gregory and Brother Zagreus up at where the orb that was cracked was. Uh, Went to do some investigating. Followed a locate object to a coin
Mhm.
as you had from before, down into the underground of the temple. Found evidence of a secret path out and potential cult-like activities. Um, After exploring through there, you guys made your way back up. Uh, Brother Zagreus wasn't anywhere found. You kept looking, came across little Brother Gregory, who was running, chased after him, ran again into Brother Zagreus.
Yep, and we didn't manage to see little Gregory. He managed to get away. Instead, we investigated the room. Um, and now we're here, and we're like, man, there's nothing here for us.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing in this room.
Hey, There's nothing in this room. Why was this more interesting than your office? There was more in your office than this.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Frankly, I don't know what you all can find that the Zalejo can't. I appreciate
Honestly,
all
sir,
that
you make
have
a fairly good point.
I appreciate all you have done. I have given you far and beyond, but above things here. And you could see uh he he's getting irritated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, is there another location you would like to look? I could lead you to.
I'd honestly, it's probably better if you didn't lead us anywhere. And then, okay, so there's more of this lighthouse. Are we in the lighthouse right now? I think we are, right?
Yes. So, to give you a visual of the lighthouse. There.
Right.
So, originally went missing here, right? You all
Mhm.
are like on the other side, just like somewhere around from Booty.
Right. Have we checked up? Have we checked all the rooms? Have we looked out everywhere we need to look?
Here's the thing. Right now, your characters have searched a lot of places. You've looked in Brother Bailey's office. You've looked in the main lookout. You've looked even underneath the temple itself. Brother Brother Zagreus' office. You're familiar with what the main courtyard looks like. And you've also explored the pier, right? The hidden pier, alcove, whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
I have no other rooms immediately prepared for you. That doesn't necessarily mean there won't be clues in other places. That being said, if you're looking for a direction, I would recommend talking to Brother Zagreus. Figuring some shit out. There's something clearly wrong with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something's clearly up. To look for more information, I would either focus on Brother Zagreus himself or do some stronger investigating on where Gregory went.
Yeah, we do need to figure that out. We do need to figure out where.
Because you saw him and then he disappeared, right?
Yeah, and I was so certain that it was in Brother Zagreus' room, but that's probably not true. Um, I okay. Before Zagreus like kicks us all out and says, fuck you guys. Wait, was it relayed? Everybody here knows about because there was like illusion magic going on with something. He was like wearing a.
He has an amulet underneath his cloak, and I don't. How do you ask about something you can't see?
I think that like I think that just like telling him what we know is a really good way to get the ball rolling. Do you know what I mean? Like, dude, we know there's something shady going on. We were looking for magic, man. We were looking for magic. You're wearing a magic amulet right now. We know it. You know it. What does the magic do, man?
Yeah.
Because I'm worried that you're doing some illusion stuff, making us not be able to see what we need to see to get this investigation done. And you're saying you've done everything, but I mean, there's something shady going on, man.
Something shady, as in how, our brother Bailey just disappeared. Yeah, I would assume that there's something shady going on. The entire place was covered in evil vine. Of
Well,
course, there's something
yeah,
shady going on.
yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about with you. Something shady going on with you.
With me?
Yes.
Brother Zagreus, what we're trying to say is you are the number one suspect.
Ba ba ba.
Whoa. Don't we think we're jumping to conclusions here? I mean,
Yeah, I think that you are
I
jumping to conclusions here.
I wouldn't say he's the number one suspect, but he's
Who
definitely
is
an
that?
important
If it's not
asset
him,
in our investigation.
who's your number one suspect?
Yeah, I'm not saying that he like did it, but in collusion with.
You are questioning me.
Yes, we're questioning you. That's one of the reasons we're here.
In moments like these, you say his face becomes stone cold. Uh, we need to be unified. We are on the same team. We're looking for Brother Bailey. We should not be casting blame upon each other.
Yes,
You were the
If
last people to have seen where Brother Zagreus was, were you not? You could have easily dispersed with him up there when you were originally here fighting all of the vines. Maybe it was you guys who caused that situation, that caused this whole thing to be overrun, so that you could find some whatever magical implements. I mean, hell, I gave you our book.
let's try and calm down, please.
Calm down.
I think
Being
it's heated.
blamed for the disappearance of my friend?
No. We don't. Tensions are high. Stress is overtaking us. Let's take a few minutes, cool down. Can I talk to you two over here? He kind of walks to the other side of the room, kind of motioning for Windchime and Anema to follow.
Yeah, sure.
I
He was not happy about leaving this conversation. He wants to keep pressing him, but yeah, he'll move over.
I definitely agree something's up with him, but I wouldn't name him as a suspect. He's an interesting character to say at the least, and I get it. I get everyone's, tensions are high. Emotions are riding. But upsetting him will make him close off, and he'll shut off all of his doors, and we won't be able to, get into whatever information he might have. We need to kind of step lightly and carefully when we continue. I think we just need to calm down a little bit. Take a breath.
Windchime
I'm
breathes
much-
in deep.
There's definitely something weird about him, but I don't know what. I mean, I guess none of us do.
I asked him clearly about the amulet that we all know that he's wearing, and he didn't say anything. And then he says that we're on the same team. I'm just saying that there's more things for us to say here. I don't think we're just done, and now we need to chill off. And that a little bit of the damage has already been done. Why not keep pressing him? Now we're giving him time to recuperate and calm down, so that when we ask him about the question, he's not going to be like. But listen, I'm sorry. I'm trying to come at it from a different angle than you are,
No,
But let's consolidate.
I definitely understand, but worst case scenario, he does have the power to kick us out. And that might be troublesome if we want to continue this.
Do we want to continue talking to him right now, or do we want to go and try and find Gregory?
Where would we start if we went to find Gregory?
Down the hole.
Do any of you remember anything he might have been wearing? I could always locate object on something he was wearing, or otherwise, I guess we could just search.
Do we know something that Gregory would always wear? What, his like clothes?
Like, is Gregory somebody else?
Did he have something that nobody else would?
Gregory wears the same cut of robe as everyone else does. His was a dark blue. Zagreus was a dark green.
Okay.
You could go after
And
his blue coat,
given,
I suppose.
I will say also on a note, given your experience in the keeper's room, his cloaks were all dark green as well.
So the cloak. We could, if we want to cool down, let him cool down, tell him we'll talk to him later. Whatever happens, we can move on, and I can locate object. We can try and find Gregory, or we can sit down. I think it might be best to maybe sit down over a cup of tea or something and talk this out a little bit more civilly than getting into a yelling match.
What's your line of question, man? Like, what are we gonna sit down and ask him? Like, hey, how was your day? Like, we've talked to him about we've talked to him about this before. It's
We could tell him everything we've gathered. I mean, I don't think we told him about the tunnels and finding the emblem down in the tunnels, about the possible escape dock. I don't know if he knows about that as well. There's the person that was in the there's the person in the main area helping rebuild or regrow the flowers that had the emblem as well. We could bring up that. There's a lot of information we could try and trade for any information he might have. Or we could confront him about the amulet again, but maybe a little bit more not pointing fingers about him possibly kidnapping Bailey, because I think that's kind of what set him off.
Well, I was not. Listen. He jumped to that conclusion that I was saying that. That's not. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying he seems suspicious. I feel like he hasn't been fully transparent with us, and he keeps saying that he has. So, I'm okay with going back in and being more amenable to him. Let's tell him a little bit of the information we know. Let's make sure that he knows that we will tell him everything that we know. And then try and ask him about the amulet after he knows that we've been fully. We need to be in a higher moral standard, basically.
Yeah, I understand.
I do want to, as just chime in a little bit here, to remind you about some of the clues that you had found previously, because you were talking at length about some certain clues, and there's one that you missed, and that was when you were searching Brother Bailey's office. You came across a letter that was dated for the day of his disappearance, asking him to go out into the Siriusan forest. The forest not too far from here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, but instead of that, he went up and was trying to warn people, right? Isn't that what happened?
You don't know exactly what he did, but he did not go to the forest. Instead, he went up into the lookout where you presume was Gregory, and that's where the incident happened.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, I do remember that letter.
So, what's the consensus? Do we want to move on? Do we want to sit down and talk? What are we deciding on?
Let's talk to Zagreus again. Brother Zagreus.
Yes.
I'm sorry for jumping to conclusions. To be honest, information gathering hasn't been completely empty. And as you said, we're on the same side. So, Soren, can you help? Can you help explain what we've known so far?
Yes.
To try and pick his brain at it.
So we apologize. If we know tensions are high, everything's going on. How would you like to, sit down over a cup of tea or something, and we can exchange information? We have some things we found. You might have some information we don't know about. We can exchange information, get to the bottom of this together. Because, yes, we are on the same side.
He pauses for a moment. He seems that he is genuinely considering. He says, fine, yes, we can sit down and have a conversation and exchange any information. Though, and as he kind of begins to walk down the hall, though as I've stated before, I've been very forthright with you all. And he kind of leads you down the stairs. You guys can continue talking, but
yes, and we definitely appreciate it. We definitely would not have gotten this far without you.
Let's skip to the tea then.
Windchime, what is your perception? No, excuse me, your insight. Excuse me. Actually, I can pull it up here.
If it
matters, my number is roll.
If it matters, mine is a 7.
If it matters, mine is a 0.
Okay. So, given that you guys have the same passive insight, I will give it to both of you.
Let's go.
As he kind of holds himself, he is not making eye contact with you, but he seems to be moving with more of a purpose. Like, looking at his body language, before he was tensed up, right? Now he seems to have relaxed almost too much for the situation, and has begun to walk you all towards the room. You just notice this tension being released, though his voice does not display such, and he's specifically not making eye contact with you all. He's looking right ahead, leading you.
I'd like to kind of take a few steps backwards, like kind of lose step with him and fall back a little bit and kind of drag the other two with me. And Soren kind of turns his head and covers his hand over his mouth to kind of make sure no noise gets forward. He's definitely lying about something, and I think it has to do with his room. Or his office.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Your connection is breaking up.
There's something definitely up with his office. He seems a lot more relaxed now that we're leaving that area.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I was just gonna continue hounding him when we got downstairs, but I suppose if he's more relaxed, then it doesn't have to go that way.
Soren face palms. Let's not upset him again.
I mean, one of us could...
Go ahead, please.
One of us could break up from the group and go back to his office to see if it's changed now that he's farther away from it, because I swear to God he's using some fucking magic. But no, whatever, let's just talk to him. Let's not do that. And then I'll catch up with Zagreus.
Okay. With that, he leads you all down the stairs into a library, kind of. It's mostly, there's a couple of like general workspaces, a few scattered books, and a a warm fireplace lit, and a kettle nearby that you see he magically puts water inside, and before setting it, hanging above the fire for tea.
Fancy.
Just turning back towards you all, face bland, nothing, no emotion, gestures for you all to sit at one of the tables.
Okay, I'll sit down.
Questions?
Have you been feeling any differently lately, Zagreus? Like, just like as the vibe. I know that it's a stressful time. I'm not trying to get away from that. But is there anything else going on? Do you feel differently?
Like a spell's been cast on you?
I believe that I am in right mind. Are you mentioning this for why?
Well, upstairs you were really frustrated, and now you're really calm. But that's a good thing. As, Don, I did not take detailed notes. I cannot talk to him about the things that he
Okay.
did. It has to be you.
I got it. Okay. So, the reason I bring that up is because one of your fellow brothers in this lighthouse, Brother Gregory, was under a spell. There was a spell cast onto him. We got rid of it. His memories are slowly coming back now, and I just wanted to make sure you might not be under the same spell.
Wind Chime and Thorin, you notice his face kind of, like his nose kind of twitches, and he says, Brother Gregory under some sort of spell. No, I am not, but I would love to know more information about this spell that he was under.
I don't believe I know exactly what spell it was, but it messed with his memories. The entire day of what happened that fateful day with Brother Bailey, it was all a haze, a black fog. He doesn't remember anything from it. But I don't know if that's the entire extent of the spell. It could have branched out into much more than just that. But you do remember everything, right? There's no black fog, hazy memories, gaps in judgment, nothing like that, right?
No, there is none.
Okay. We did notice that, and we got rid of the spell, so he should be fine now. However, we are curious as to where he is. We have a few questions we'd like to ask him about that day, if at all possible. If you could reach out, if you do end up finding him. Moving on to other sources of evidence. Does this look familiar to you at all? And he kind of reaches his hand out, and the coin or the emblem that they found down in the burrows kind of just appears into his hand. He's casting prestidigitation and creating the illusion of the emblem.
I'm gonna study his face, Zagreus' face, to see if seeing the album makes anything happen.
Okay. He looks at it and says, "Oh, this must be what the Zalejo were talking about. You had told them you'd found this. I'm afraid not. Sorry. Go ahead and roll me an insight check then."
Can I give help?
Sure.
That's
Let's
a fun.
go.
Oh,
Roll again.
Do I get to roll again? Is that what help does?
He said help. Yep.
All right. Dice gods. 13. It's better.
His voice is rather short. You see. Oh, sorry, I can't do anything about that kind of feeling to it. But you notice that his eyes, I would say, yeah, his eyes linger on it.
Like he's
But
interested in it. It's not something that he's like.
he does seem interested in it, but there was no offer from him to reach out, touch it, examine it closer, give it any sort of detail. I would say, and I know I feel bad keep referring back to their passive, but I'm going to refer to their passive here. He recognizes it. You can tell. Wind chime and
How could he not?
Wind chime and Soren, you definitely see that he recognizes it. I mean, he did just mention it, but there is this light almost.
It's a light bulb moment. So we found this, and he kind of flicks the illusion forward, so it kind of floats in front of Zagreus a little bit. We found one of these down in the catacombs below Molor's lighthouse. It's a giant maze down there, but there seems to be something like a meeting room where we found this emblem, I think in the center of the table, I think it was.
Yeah, it was on the table.
Yeah. So it was sitting on the table. So I kind of assume that it was a meeting spot for the group that this emblem might belong to, and he's kind of leaving out the name and any details about it, like on purpose.
Okay.
So we think it might be a cult or a group of some people, and they were the people that attacked you, and that shrouded the entire place in darkness. There was also another, what's the word? Let's see. The day we came back after everything had happened, and there was people helping regrow all the flowers and whatnot. There was someone there who also had this emblem on them. I want you to be well aware of this, and I want you to beef up security, just in case something like this happens again, or at least be on the lookout.
I can
Got some sort of cult organization that's like hiding in your basement, so like you should probably know about that, just in case you didn't.
I certainly did not know about that. I will do so.
Did you know about it?
I don't know. Do you want to roll another insight check to try to read him again?
Yeah.
So funny.
That's a 15.
With a 15, he seems sincere that he will beef up security and alarm that there is a cult.
Right. Okay. Wow. Yeah, actually, somehow I didn't know about that.
That's definitely good to know, and very reassuring. We do have more information, but I was hoping we could do a little give and take. Would you happen to have anything you could maybe let us know about before I continue?
Anything we've said spark anything?
He thinks really hard. And he says, well, the only thing I can think of is, leading up to the attack. Brother Bailey often acted strange. Yes, he would spend a lot of time going down into the town and would disappear for a period. Honestly, if there wouldn't have been all of those vines around here, I would have just figured he went off on a sudden and unannounced trip, as was frequent by him.
Do most people just stay in the lighthouse?
Well, for most of the time, we do live here and maintain it. I find it very odd, even dishonorable, to have the keeper leave their post so frequently. I certainly have not been outside of outside of the temple since then. Since, becoming keeper.
Right.
So it's not surprising to me that Brother Bailey could have gotten himself into a bit of trouble.
Right. So, Brother Bailey's probably...
He kind of a little smug.
Mm. He's probably... Is he like, happy that he's... Yeah, he probably is. He's probably happy that he's the lighthouse keeper.
You could ask him.
How do you feel about the promotion?
Well, under unfortunate circumstances, yes. I would much rather have Brother Bailey back here, keeping tight rein on things. But I have been preparing myself. Brother Bailey is older, you see.
Ah.
And I figured at one point in time he would retire, go off on his vacations, and then I would man the post. I am saddened that I have to be the one being the keeper, but I'd rather it be me than anyone else.
Mm. When you become a keeper, do you is it like, forgive this reference because you probably, is it like, it's like being elected, but you suddenly already know a bunch of things, way more than you did before. It's like being elected as the leader of another sort of organization. You get a bunch of pages and you're like, wow, this is all new information that was never told to me before.
I do get a lot more information and access than I had previously. Brother Bailey was always rather secretive, you see. But it wasn't that much. We are all a... What is my wording here? After all, we are still a group of worshippers. They're very open with our sect.
Nice. Okay. Zagreus, I know that before I said it in a very accusatory tone, but when we were looking for magical traces, we did find a magical trace on you. Would you mind elaborating on what it is?
I am full of magic. I am the keeper. But if you're referring to my necklace, he pulls out his necklace from under his robes, and you see it is a little key. It is the keys to the lighthouse.
Oh.
And that's the magic one?
It is magical, yes.
Illusionary magic.
What's it hiding?
What's it hiding?
Oh,
It doesn't really hide much of anything. It's just how the lighthouse itself runs. Keeps the lights going, the door open, all of that good stuff.
Does it literally keep the lights open?
Does it literally keep the lights on? Yes. Yes, it does.
Ah. So, like, the entire fucking place is under the illusion of, like...
We're in
Is
an
there anybody
illusion.
custodian work here?
It is up to all of us. We are the custodians of this temple. All.
Do you guys, like,
Sure.
sweep?
Certainly. He does not sweep.
Okay.
You can just tell. He does
Yeah.
not sweep.
Yep. He does not sweep.
So-
He does not care about that.
It's just the one key, right? There's not any other like it.
Correct. Only one.
And it's a key that is supposed to be held by the keeper of the lighthouse, I presume?
Yes, it is.
So, forgive my wording. It might be a bit off. This is just a rough draft, a rough thought. It would be assumed that such an important artifact, if you would like to call it that, would be under the care of Sir Bailey, or Brother Bailey. It wouldn't ever...
When he was the keeper, certainly.
Yes. But such an important artifact, did he ever take it off, or was it always on him?
He certainly kept it off. It was in his office after
Okay.
his disappearance.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was worried,
Yeah.
like, when he got taken, he had it on them and they left it behind. It didn't really make much sense. But if he didn't keep it on him,
No,
that
no.
makes more sense.
Yeah, he
Okay.
yeah. I found it in his office. Well, the Zalejo found it in his office. They gave it to me. We don't want the lighthouse to be dark for any period of time, you know. Got to be able to make sure our ships make it to shore.
Of course. Did you have any other information you could share with us?
No, I don't. If I find a little brother Gregory, I'll be sure to let you know.
Man, that tea's been
Stand up.
boiling for a really long time.
Oh, certainly. I don't know if you heard that.
I did.
Our tea, it seems to be done boiling. Here, let me grab you all a glass.
Thank you.
As he gets up, he is a little shaken. You can see that. I would say you can definitely see he's a little shaken.
Yeah, bro, forgot about the tea.
Can I ask if he's aware can I ask if he's shaken about the part about us telling him about the cult, or if he's shaken about something else?
We just
I don't
he's
know.
shaking after
You
this
tell me.
conversation.
Okay.
You tell me what he's shaken about.
Okay.
I'll give you guys a second while he's getting things over there to talk to each other.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, my first thought is that this guy doesn't want to give us much more information. But he's given us more than I thought he would, because he was mad at us earlier. He talked about Brother Bailey disappearing and that not being uncommon, which is interesting. I think it's profoundly weird that the item that controls the lighthouse would not have been held by the person up until the end. That, like, you know, like that seems like a very important. It's magical too. It seems like a very important item you'd probably keep on him. It's interesting that he would commonly leave it in his office, but
Especially while he's
wouldn't be
here.
interesting if he left it in the office because, at least, maybe Brother Zagreus is just making the assumption that it was often left in his office, but I think it's probably more likely that he left it in his office knowing that he wasn't going to come back.
He was in the lighthouse, though. It's kind of weird that he didn't have it on him, even though he was, in the lighthouse, in the lookout with another person. Something about it just doesn't fit.
But if he knew he was going to be, that there was something wrong, that he knew that he might not be coming back downstairs, then keeping it with him would be a bad thing. So keeping it in his office makes sense.
So
do you understand what I'm saying?
So you think he knew about the attack, or
well, we
something
know about
like
the
it?
letter. We know about a letter of that told him to basically leave the lighthouse, and instead of doing that, he was on a mission. He went upstairs, probably, I guess, to tell Gregory something, or just Gregory was already there, and that's when things went down. But if he knew that, if that letter concerned him great enough to think that something was wrong was going to happen, then he could have left it in the office. That's my line of thinking. Either way,
Something about the story does not add up. Something about all of this doesn't add up.
do you think that we can get anything else out of him, Soren? Windchime.
I don't think we'll get anything out of him, at least not at this moment.
Then I think we should look for Gregory, and then if we can't find Gregory, we might want to go into the forest where they told us where the letter told Brother Bailey to go.
What do you think, Windchime?
Forest? A walk in the forest sounds lovely.
Okay. Zagreus.
Yes.
Zagreus.
And he turns around. He's got the cups of tea ready. Your drinks?
Thank you so much. He'll take some tea, and I'll take a sip of it. And then he's gonna take out. Wait, hold on. Nah, he probably wouldn't have cookies just on him.
Our chef might.
She doesn't have cookies. She's
No.
got mini single serve apple pies.
Oh, that's fair too.
Yep.
Can I have an apple pie, Windchime?
She takes 4 apple pies out and sets them in front of each person.
Oh my goodness. This is definitely some sort of charm roll. Like, come on. This guy's. We're giving this guy apple pie.
Okay.
When Zagreus hands the tea to Soren kind of grabs it from his hands, but he you know how when you hold it out, each hand is on each side of the cup. Soren's gonna kind of put his hands over Zagreus's and kind of make eye contact as he takes the cup from him.
Okay. Yeah. You're here you go.
Thank you.
He kind of coughs a little. So.
Did he just get charmed? It's like, damn, looking at my eyes deeper.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck me. That's what you're trying to do, aren't you?
Maybe.
You want to? I guess
Take it.
persuasion.
Persuasion.
Take a bite of pie and let me know how it tastes. I'm still trying to get the filling right.
That's a 15. That's not that bad.
15 persuasion. I
let me
certainly
roll.
will. You see, he makes
Don't worry about that.
kind of like a side eye glance at you, Soren. Thank you.
He's kind of leaning on his elbow.
This conversation has taken a very strange turn, won't you say? Yeah.
got really caught up in it. I got so caught up in it. Bro, you said that out loud.
I don't know what you mean.
This conversation is going really weird, ain't it, folks?
I don't know what you mean. I think this conversation's been very informative. Information on both sides. There's a few things we'd like to look into, and then we can maybe get back to you on anything else we find.
We're just so happy that you've been so honest with us.
Why did you say it like that? I've been nothing but honest with you. His face twitched a little again. There was
What? What do you mean?
Well, I thank you all for the pie, and I hope you enjoy your tea.
All right.
I will.
All right. Let's down the tea and then get out of here.
While you're sitting there drinking your tea, he grabs his stuff and he actually gets up to go. He does not sit there and stay with you all.
Oh,
You're not gonna.
hold on. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yes. Holding a cup of tea in one hand, a plate of pie in the other.
We can step outside. It's a little bit more of a personal question. It has to do with, Melora.
Certainly.
And he's going to grab his cup of tea and step outside the door.
Okay. You all begin to walk, the two of you begin to walk towards his office.
Windchime, did you see the look he was giving him? So, is someone freaky gonna go back?
We're not supposed to judge.
No, I'm okay with it. I'm just we're going from thinking that this guy's suspicious to I don't know what that was. Right, I just wanted to get that across.
Okay. I'm playing a very serious character. Okay. You had questions about Melora, yes?
Well, one of them is. One of them not so much. I've been kind of all around the globe. Well, not the globe, but around the continent a little bit. I've been in the Dwindalian, the Menagerie Coast, here, although this is my first time being here. Lovely city. But I think I've only been reached out, or I've only, had talked to Melora once in the past. And it was when she wanted me to save something under her, I guess, jurisdiction, you could say. I wanted to know if you knew of any way I could get in touch with her.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by your eyes. Can you say that again?
Soren is not looking at him in the eyes. He is staring straight at the ground.
No, you cut out.
You cut out.
I was joking. You cut out. Can you say that again?
From where? Do you want me to start over from the entire beginning?
You had asked, Melora had told you.
Okay, now you cut out. Now you cut out.
Okay. You had asked,
yes,
or had prompted that Melora had asked you to help cleanse one of her spots, right?
Yes.
That's where you cut it.
Okay. Well, Melora had reached out to me once before, I think, and it was to help a creature under her jurisdiction, to help cleanse it from darkness, or something of the sort. And I have so many questions to ask, and I'm kind of lost. And so I was wondering if you had any way to get in contact with her. And as Soren's kind of walking, he's kind of kicking a little bit. He's not even looking up at Zagreus too much, kind of avoiding his eye contact.
So, would you mind lessening the noise suppression
Yeah.
maybe on
Yeah,
Is it the
lessen the
noise? Is it the
You're-
noise?
Maybe
think-
it's
I don't
describe.
know.
Turn down describe.
Okay. I can turn up my gain a little bit too. Maybe that'll help.
All right, give it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, give it a try.
Okay. Try it from the beginning. Okay.
Literally the last word.
The last word.
The most important part. The most important part of the question we missed both times.
Okay. So as they're walking, so she reached out to me and I helped, but I need a little help getting in contact with her. I have so many questions and I don't know how to, reach out. I've never done something like this before, so I have no idea what I'm doing.
To get in contact with her, there are many ways that you can hear her voice. You can hear her voice on the wind, in the way that the birds fly, and the patterns of flowers on the ground. You can hear Melora's voice in the fungus that grows out of the fallen tree. She is not so clear in her ways. She doesn't speak with you using her voice, but rather shows you. Questions posed to Melora. It's hard to get set answers. It's mostly feelings. Yes, feelings. You would like to reach out to her? Get yourself connected. Go out, hang out with the trees. Sit on the ocean, the beach, all that good stuff.
Okay, interesting.
I say with your insight, you notice that he seems a little dispassionate about this.
Interesting. Okay. I think I understand. Yeah. Thank you. And he kind of makes eye contact with him again.
You're welcome. He makes eye contact back. But not for long.
And then the second question. Well, how do I say this? Soren's gonna kind of start fidgeting a little bit. So, I'm new to this city. I've never been here before, and, it could be great to have someone to tour the city with, as a guide. And I was wondering if you might be free to do so. And he kind of avoids eye contact, looking away, looking down at the floor.
I'm flattered. I'm flattered. However, I do have duties here that I must attend to.
Oh,
I am the keeper of the lighthouse, after all.
Oh, okay.
But
I understand.
I'm flattered. Absolutely. Yep. I think I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, okay. Well, good luck. He kind of waves and turns to head back to the library.
He seems proud as he walks away.
We didn't hear any of that.
So,
No.
Soren's gonna walk back to the library. Yeah, something's definitely up with him.
What'd you ask him?
No, a few questions about Melora, but I got a lot of information from it. So,
Yeah.
we want to go to the forest, right?
Yeah.
Or are we looking for Brother Gregory?
Well, let's take a quick scan, but if we can't see anything, the dude kind of skedaddled off, you know. So yeah, let's go into the hallway.
I do have a question. For you, Dawn. If somebody were to say, roll an insight check on you,
Yeah.
what would be the DC?
Probably 12 to 13.
It's a 16.
Okay. What does a 16 get, Animo?
For what are you inciting on? Just the whole thing?
Well, I wanted to know what you were talking about.
You would understand
And
that
then you were like, "No, I'm not gonna tell you that." So I'm like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" I'm like, checking out your vibe.
You would understand that he did bring up Melora, but he also ended up talking about a little bit, some things a little bit more personal. Some things he's trying to kind of hide away.
You did set the DC. I want to let you know. So, like, you know.
Yeah. Some things he's definitely trying to hide away. Some very personal things pertaining to feelings, most likely.
Yeah. Okay. Name would just not want to open that can of worms.
Okay. What about you, Windchime?
The +7 in insight goes crazy.
You want to roll
Lily,
for it?
did you want to roll insight on Soren?
God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
Hey, so
What does that mean?
he is very
I-
truthful.
Come on.
Face
Okay.
value.
So Soren comes back and he's like, I got a little bit of information. Okay. And he seems
Little
genuine.
sad.
Like he seems like, let's go do this next thing. Nothing strange or out of the ordinary about his behavior.
Windchime is just super
he looks
excited.
confident. He looks extremely confident right now.
For a Nemo though, he kind of gets this hint of sadness.
He seems so happy to you, Windchime. He's the happiest, most confident guy coming out of there. You're like, yeah, this is the guy I want to follow. All right.
I think.
I want to do like a quick search. Maybe try and like hear something. Hear if anybody's scuttling around.
Go to Gregory's
Gregory,
room.
yeah.
So
And then maybe Soren, would you mind trying to find this guy?
yeah, of course.
Okay. So, what are you doing?
Skeet on daddling to his room.
So, running, you make your way towards Gregory's room. Just like the other ones, this has a little label on it that says Little Brother Gregory, except the little has been, like, crossed off. I don't know. As you open this unlocked door. A very small room with a neatly made bed. A small I guess a large-ish bedside table that you can see is currently storing all of Gregory's personal possessions, along with a small desk. No wardrobe here, but a small desk nonetheless, and a bed.
And he's not
Bed.
in it.
He is not in this room right now.
I want to look out the window.
You look out the window, and from the window of this specific room, you can really clearly see the courtyard of this place. You very clearly, courtyard is completely visible.
Anything going on?
Anything going on in the courtyard currently?
Yep.
Nothing. And there is, you can see, over in that corner, there's like one person working on the gardens, but it is very quiet down there, and the sun is beginning to set.
Guys, let's check to see if there's any like notes or something. See if he left anything. Because he was running really weird.
He was running
So-
like he was terrified, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Want to see if he left anything.
Okay.
Like on his desk or in his desk. A note.
Looking in and around his desk, you find a little inkwell, some papers. He appears to be his job is a scribe. So he finds himself having a very nice quill selection. It's basically the only thing of value immediately seen in this room. Is his ink and quill collection. And he's got a couple of like practice sheets that he's got going on over there. But I'm just gonna skip to the dresser. No, excuse me, the nightside table. Inside the nightside table is a small hand-bound book with some journal notes in it. He keeps a journal. How convenient. You pour through the text as best you can. Tell me, how in depth are you reading this? Are you sitting down for 2 to 3 hours to read this boy's journal, or are you just kind of skimming through it very quickly, or are you just turning to the last entry?
I'm skimming through it right now, but I'm gonna take it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me I guess this would be investigation.
13.
A 13. So with a 13 investigation, most of what he talks about is pretty boring. The life of a Wildwood Order scribe is dull at best, but there are a couple of exciting moments. One, you find, with a little bit of guesswork, find the entry dating when
When he was taken?
when Brother Bailey was taken. And in it he reads, or he writes, and you notice his handwriting is sloppy.
Not what a scribe should be, guys.
Yes. His handwriting is sloppy, and he writes, things are fuzzy right now. Brother Bailey would know what to do. And then as you flip, each page after that has nothing but like very minor scribbles, like worked on this book today, did this, cleaned this. Very short to the point and not very clear. like, I think I, oh, she would say, I think I did this, or I think this happened, or this might have, right? Very foggy. And then today, you find the most recent entry, and it mentions you guys, the Lagati company investigating. That's it. But this one
Just
had like
says
if you want to do a little bit of a deeper investigation, you certainly can.
I would 100% be looking at this particular section the most deeply.
Absolutely.
That is what I'd be looking for.
So, how long do you spend? Like an hour? It should take about an hour for you to find what you want.
I found the section by skimming through, and it's gonna take me an hour to decipher it, or
So
it's
not
an hour to do the whole thing.
to analyze it. You found the information that you could by skimming through, right? If you
Right.
want to get more information from this book, I'm going to ask that you get a little bit deeper, and it takes some time because you're not just skimming through it, right? You would need to
Right.
read it.
I'm gonna get help from the other two, and then say, hey guys, look at this journal. It seems that it's probably really important. You guys wanna help me skim through it, or do we want to do something else first and we can come back to it later? I'm just gonna take this thing. Windchime? Soren?
Yeah.
We could take reading it out loud.
Popcorn reading.
So are we reading it now?
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we can read it now.
Okay.
sitting back to read Gregory's journal. Outside of which I had mentioned before, few things are of note. One, from before the meeting, Gregory notes that he saw Zagreus meeting with some sort of like merchants or something in dark cloaks. This is before Brother Bailey had left. And he notes it only because he has a trend in his thing of writing about what he sees out his window of his room. And he does it pretty frequently. Notes of what he sees in the courtyard. But this one he made he made a note of it because they were strangers. Never seen them before.
Not just in the fucking courtyard, guys. Talk with Zagreus.
He also, in his foggy ramblings, talks about how he swears sometimes that he can hear voices from beneath the floor of the main room, but he hasn't been able to find an entrance.
Is he on like the bottom level supposedly?
Yes.
And we've already gone into the guys, this section is probably about the tunnels down under the lighthouse.
I should have
Cool.
scripted that out.
Okay. But nothing on where he might be today. The only thing is just Legati Company visiting.
Yeah. I will say, there's one more thing I should mention. Sorry, I was letting you do your thing. He mentions through his more recent writings that brother Zagreus has kept a very close eye on him, but it doesn't feel strange to him. He comments, quite possibly, because he was the last one to see Brother Bailey alive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
that makes
And now he's
sense.
hiding.
Okay.
Do you think he was running from us earlier, or just from everybody?
I don't know, but I think he might be in actual danger. You remember seeing that fear, the fear on his face, right? Perhaps
do,
now would be the
yeah.
time to look for him.
Yeah. I don't like the idea that after his memories come back, he's so fearful. He definitely knows something went down.
And I
He's
think I
definitely
know.
remembering something now.
I think I know what. But we should find him first, before any suspicions are said. After the hour is up, unless you have something else, Emily.
I do,
Okay.
actually.
I'll let you do that first
As
then.
you're, so you guys find all this information pretty quickly, but you're still pouring through the books. Uh, can I have you're not allowed, your characters don't know this is happening, okay? But I need Constitution saving throws from all three of you.
Oh boy. I'm so cooked.
Ooh. Dawn, you begin to feel a
Question.
little foggy.
Do I get anything from saves from my lovely paladin that I'm standing next to?
Your lovely what?
My lovely paladin.
Paladin.
Do I get
Hold on.
anything to add to
You
my
get-
Makes a really
save?
good point.
Yeah,
It makes
you
a
do get a
really
plus
good
to
point.
it.
I'm really hoping it's
What
something
is
good,
it?
please.
What is it?
Save.
It's like
Wait,
aura.
what?
It's aura of protection or something, or aura of something about being near a
Yeah, aura
paladin.
protection. My charisma modifier, which is a 4, so you get +4.
So I got a
that's
12.
actually
If that does
Okay,
anything.
so, you you'll feel like your brain is just a little foggy. And you notice, and I would say partially you notice, but I think your friends notice even more so that you have slowed down a lot. Your words are slower. Your your thoughts come slower. You aren't as quick to make conclusions. Just generally not feeling well. Feeling very tired. The sun is going down.
So
and this is
what
this
are
is something we
we?
notice.
Yeah, I think that you notice that he's
So
slowing himself.
what are we
Soren,
doing next?
Soren, there's something wrong with you. How did we get rid of it last time? Do I remember that? Because Brother Gregory, like, it broke.
You know, I could really use a nap right now.
Keep it up, Soren. There's something wrong with you. He's also
What?
gonna like scan around to see if there's anything like outside the window, anything nearby, like any,
Yeah,
you know,
roll me a
like
perception check.
yeah.
Oh.
It's a 2.
Nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, now that
I don't know what could have happened. I don't know what could have happened to you.
now that you look at Soren, he looks like he's tired.
Soren, why are you getting so tired so quickly? What's happening?
It's just been a long day.
It's okay. You can lie down. He's gonna tuck Soren into Gregory's bed.
To a different person's bed.
That was a real question though. Do we know how we got Gregory out of that? Was there like a curse breaker thing that we have?
I think we just did lesser respiration when we had it.
Oh.
If I'm not mistaken, we did lesser restoration.
Okay, hold on.
Zagreus.
I have divine sense.
Can lesser restorate you?
But I don't have any channel divinity left, so I guess that doesn't matter. Wait, I don't know. Wait, hold on.
Wind chime.
Number of times
You're.
I can cast it.
Okay. Yeah.
It just happens.
It just
But you can describe to me how it happens. How do you cast this spell?
She puts her hand right on his forehead.
Zagreus is a bitch.
Why'd you say that?
He's still kind of dreary.
Did that cure it?
Yeah, that
Then
did
she
cure it.
slaps. Then she slaps Soren's cheek.
Well,
There you go.
what happened?
It got really dreary, and then Windchime cast lesser restoration me.
Oh.
I think that you might have had the exact same thing that Gregory had. So that means that somebody's casting on it
That
as we
contagious.
speak in the lighthouse.
Somebody wants us to not know something. But I think I know. I think I know.
What do you know?
Everything's kind of adding up right now. I'm not too sure about it, but I've definitely caught on to a lead. However, I think it's best if we find Gregory. He could be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
Okay.
allow me. And I'm going to locate object on Gregory's blue robe. Dark blue robe.
Can you send locate object for me?
Yes, I think it's like as long as somebody's in 1,000
you have
meter
to be, like-
radius or something.
It's 1,000, right?
1,000, yeah. 1,000 feet.
You get a ping from you get a ping down towards the ocean.
Like the hidden pier?
Quite possibly, yeah.
Okay. I think
Oh,
I know
that's
where he
wonderful.
is.
All right.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah, I get up and I push Soren out of the room. Let's go.
Push me.
Yeah.
All right.
Bro, you weren't moving.
Okay.
You weren't moving.
All right.
You begin to make your way down to the main floor, opening up the I believe it was a bookcase, actually thing, to go into the catacombs down below. I need a survival check to navigate these catacombs back out in the way that you remembered. So survive.
I believe I'm in the front. Would you like me to roll it?
Sure.
Cool, because I have a +7. That's not good for a +7.
With an 11, it takes you some time to navigate your way.
Terrible.
But you do eventually find your way after passing the meeting room at least twice.
We just went past here.
But you
Dude,
find
I'll lead if you want me to.
Please take over. I quit.
I'm going home.
Having taken all available routes before. No. I'm gonna just say that you do eventually find your way back out. We can pretend that it was Animo who led you the way, but you do find your way out onto the pier. And lo and behold, uh, as the sun finally finishes setting behind the sky, right? Uh, you see the torn and bloodied cloak of Gregory.
Well,
Awesome. We're so freaking late.
ooh, he got cooked.
Uh, and that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Okay.
I think we're keeping these short sessions a little bit shorter, right?
Yeah.
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 Alrighty. Then we will be